Hello everyone, this is the finale of What If Naruto's team stayed together, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist. To see more, comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto's POV. I can't believe her. She's done it again. Twice now. I thought Sakura would have learned from her first mistake. I love her, I really do. But this time, she's gone too far. Once again, I stormed through the village, my bee boiling. Mama, just KA man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's S. Why don't you go find someone, or something, to beat up and blow off some steam kit, the QB offered. Good idea, I thought back before going into a full run towards the forest. Mama, life had just begun. But now I've gone and thrown it all away. While I ran, the image kept playing in my head, over and over again. I closed my eyes, still not wanting to believe what I saw. She cheated on me. She was cheating on me. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Carry on, as if nothing really matters. I opened them just in time to swerve past a tree that I would run into. I stopped after that, seeing myself deep within the forest. I let out a yell, punching my hand through a nearby tree, hearing it crack. I felt the wood pierce my skin as B leaked out, but I didn't care. Too late, my time has come. Sends shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. I pulled my hand out of the tree to see my knuckles be. I looked at them before I flexed it, hearing them crack. I didn't even try to stop the bee from coming as I heard someone yell my name. Goodbye everybody, I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. I didn't even need to turn around. I already knew who it was. Mama, ooh, anyway the wind blows. Naruto, she yelled again, running up behind me. I didn't say anything as she touched my shoulder. I shrugged it off as I turned to face Sakura. Naruto, she said softly before yelling at me. I'm sorry Naruto. It wasn't me. I shouldn't have done it and I'm sorry. I don't want to S. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. My face softened as I watched her crumble in front of me. Maybe I should forgive her. I mean, if she's really this sorry. Wait a minute. I sniffed the air quietly. Why the hell do I smell Sasuke? I stepped closer to her, unaware that my silence was scaring her. N.A. Naruto. She barely got out before I roughly grabbed her shoulders, leaning my head in to sniff her. I blinked. The hell, I said as I pulled down on the collar, lit some so I could see. Teeth marks. I was shocked. What the hell is this? I asked, looking at her face. So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye? She quickly looked down at her shoulder before looking back up at me, confusion written all over her face. I don't know Naruto, I swear. Sure you don't. I yelled at her, backing up some. Sasuke did it, didn't he? He bit you, didn't he? So you think you can love me and leave me to S? She didn't answer, her lower lip trembling as I ranted on. You know what this means. He put his mark on you, he owes you now Sakura-chan. How could you have let him? Oh baby, can't do this to me baby. I don't even remember him doing it, she said softly to me, but I blocked it out. I thought you loved me Sakura, not him. I knew you still had feelings for him, but I thought our love was stronger than that, than this. I yelled at her. Don't you care about us? I said softly. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here. Of course I care about you, I love you. She yelled out, tears running down her face. Then why did you let this happen? I asked quietly, looking at her seriously before disappearing. Ooh yeah. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters to me. Before I was out of range, I heard her yell my name one last time. Anyway the wind blows. Sakura's POV. I found him just in time to lose him again. I tried to tell him the truth about what he saw, but I knew he wouldn't listen. And then, I found out that Sasuke marked me. That bastard. How could he? I yelled Naruto's name, trying to calm him down, but he ran off. I now ran through the streets, searching for Sasuke to give him a piece of my mind. And I found him exactly where I left him. Sasuke, how could you? I asked coldly to him, walking up. Why, whatever do you mean? He said, playing dumb. You know damn well Sasuke-kun. I yelled to him but quickly covered my mouth, tears welling up in shame. He chuckled. I knew you couldn't escape it, Sakura, he said, cupping my cheek so I was looking up at him. Face it, you love us both, and there's nothing you can do about it. He came me hard on the L, chuckling evilly before he disappeared. I stood, stunned, before falling to the floor, breaking down into tears. Sasuke's words hurt, they hurt bad, more because it was true. I knew it was. All my anger and sadness and love for both Naruto and Sasuke flooded out of me in my tears. There was nothing I could do, nothing I can do. So all I did was sit there and cry. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Any way the wind blows, doesn't really matter to me, Sakura's POV. I scrubbed for days. Or what seemed like days. Hours pasted by slow. Too slow. I had torn my skin up trying to get rid of that mark. Those teeth marks. I felt like a whore who had been used with those. One that went along. Naruto ignored me. It was like I'm not even alive to him. Like I'm just a random ninja or civilian. One that he didn't know. And didn't care about. I don't blame him. I had let myself fall into deep depression. And at the time, I didn't really care. Because I felt useless, I felt incomplete. Is this how Naruto felt, all those times when I broke his heart? I don't love Sasuke. I might have been unsure before, but I don't. Not anymore. I love Naruto with all my heart. That I am sure of. Ever since Naruto stopped talking to me, leaving those last words to burn inside me, I've known. I've wanted him since. Why did I let that happen? I was such a fool. I still am a fool. I can't believe I let my emotions out like that, left them on a string to be toyed with. I rinsed the cloth out, putting it back under the water, soaking it, before taking it back out, rubbing the bar of soap on it again. I went back to scrubbing. This damn mark hasn't gone away yet. Will it ever? Or will I be forced with this curse, chained to Sasuke but longing to be free? I want Naruto, but if he even senses this on me, he'll never take me back. Never. I sighed, looking at myself in the mirror. I had bags under my eyes. I just couldn't seem to sleep. How I wish I could, but my dreams would haunt me with scenes of Naruto, saying those words over and over again, forcing me to awake, never able to go back to sleep again. I wish the tea would go away, but it won't. I know it won't. Not until I feel the way Naruto does, or did. I bowed my head, staring into the sink. My eyes watered as my stomach churned, thinking of all those times, all those things I said to him. I closed my eyes, it was too much. I threw up. I threw up in the hope that it would go away, but knowing that it never would. My hope, my sadness, my anger, my everything I wanted out. I want to never feel ever again. Never again will I have to feel this kind of pain. Never again will I hurt Naruto. I finally stopped as I hiccuped, coughing some as my tea burned. I pulled my head back up, grabbing the towel as I wiped my lip off. I breathed deeply, loving the oxygen that was going into my lungs right now. I coughed again, stumbling out of the bathroom. I walked to my full-length mirror, staring at myself. My hair was a mess, there were bags under my eyes, and my skin burned at the end, red and coming apart. I grabbed a brush, fixing my hair, and put on some makeup to hide the bags. There was no way I could hide the skin. I didn't want people to see it, but at least the mark was gone. Sakura. I put on new clothes, getting ready for the day. I stopped in front of the mirror again. AB, I spoke to my reflection. Haruno. A whore, I continued. Is. And a slut, I finished before punching the mirror, glass crashing to the floor as it sunk into my hand. I'm not any of those things, I'm all of them. I grabbed my backpack, opening the door to my room and it shut, healing my hand along the way. I'm all of those things and I fear that I can never change. Sakura's POV. Well, today's the day. A new mission. A new day. A new reason to find Naruto. And talk to him. But will he listen? As I walked towards our usual meeting spot, thoughts raced through my head. Should I call him Naruto-kun? Should I bring it up right away? Ask him about his day? Talk to Sasuke any? I shook my head. That last question shall remain unanswered. I walked up onto the bridge, only seeing Sasuke there. I snorted in my mind, as Ina Sakura punched her fists together. Kick his she screamed to me, but I ignored it. Sasuke, I managed to spit out without being nasty as I stood across from him on the opposite side. He looked at me his regular way before turning his head to the side, not answering. Not that I cared anyway. Just then, Naruto appeared, jumping down from the treetops he had been in. I looked at him but he didn't even glance my way as he walked to the farthest end on my side, leaning against the railing. Naruto, I said quietly to myself, looking down at the ground. Naruto's POV. I wish Kakashi would hurry his damn self up so I can be done with this mission already. I heard Sakura call out my name and I shifted my eyes towards her, staring at her. Naruto, she said again, walking towards me, her hands trembling. My eyes turned to look straight ahead, no longer curious about her. Naruto, please say something to me, she pleaded, gripping the rail beside my body, feeling her warmth radiating from her body. I looked at her again before spitting out, what's there to say? I got off the rail to get away from her, but she grabbed my jacket sleeve. Naruto, I'm sorry. Isn't there something I can do for you to forgive me? I even gave you back your jacket. Please Naruto, forgive me. Sakura yelled out, tears welling up in her eyes. I jerked my arm away, glaring at her. Sorry won't make the pain go away, Sakura. There's nothing you can do about the past, and if you keep this up, we may not have a future together. You're going to have to think of a damn good reason to make me forgive you this time. I stopped, letting that sink in before I continued on. Why did you give him back his jacket anyway? Trying to bribe your way back into his life, Sasuke said in his smug voice. Shut up. That's not true, Sakura yelled out at him. Sure it's not, Sasuke replied, rolling his eyes. I growled. Shut it, Sasuke. You're not a part of this. Sasuke chose not to respond as Sakura turned her attention back to me. She whimpered, her lower lip quivering. Please, she whispered out. Forgive me, Naruto-kun. I sighed mentally, closing my eyes. I so don't want to deal with this now. Come on, Kit, Kyuubi said to me. Tell her to get the F away from you. Sakura, you can whine all you want, but it's not going to change anything, I said to her, my eyes darting over to look at hers. So if you don't mind, I would like it if you got the F away from me already. She gasped, her hands covering her mouth. N.A. Naruto, she gasped out. How could you say such a cold-hearted thing? Oh, it's really easy, I told her, glaring, when you have a whore as a girlfriend. Author's POV. Sasuke grinned to himself. Whoa, that's a burn. Naruto really is pissed at her. This ought to be good. I told you I'm sorry already. Sakura yelled at Naruto, starting to get mad. How many times must I say it? Until you know the pain that I'm feeling now. Naruto yelled back harshly. But I do. Sakura protested. When you saw me with Sasuke, when you said I broke your heart, when you said you loved me, my heart was crushed. I knew how you felt all those years ago, and after what I did, I deserve to be shunned. I don't deserve you, Naruto-kun, but please. Please just forgive me. She finished with a sob, the tears streaming down her face as she continued to cry. Naruto was silent, eyeing her as she slid down onto her knees, her crumpled form still weeping. You think you know my pain? He said softly, making Sakura look up at him. Do you? He asked. Sakura looked down, her shaking form unable to respond. No, you don't, Naruto continued on. You don't know the meaning of the word, paran. Yeah, you're right, you don't deserve me. Because you were a selfish brat who thought she could do anything and get away with it. Naruto walked over to Sakura, grabbing her shoulders as he pulled her to her feet roughly, Sakura still crying. He leaned in close, his lips brushing past her ear, Sakura feeling his breath on it. She trembled, wondering what he was going to do next. My pain hurt more than any knife could do. It was like you pulled my heart out, chewed it up, and spat it out again. It was like you stripped me of my dignity, my self-respect, and my pride. Like I was an idiot in love that you could do anything with. You will never know my pain until you feel like I feel, Until you feel like that, he whispered to her before pushing her away from him, Sakura falling back on the ground. I'm going for a walk, Naruto mumbled, starting to walk away from Sakura. No, wait, don't, Sakura yelled out through her tears, struggling to stand up. Naruto stopped, his back turned to her, as Sakura continued to stand up on her knees. Just tell me, Naruto, do you forgive me? She whispered out hoarsely, gripping the sleeves of her arms. Naruto slightly turned his head, one of his eyes staring at her before he turned back. No, he spat out like acid as he walked off, Sakura falling back to the ground in a crumbled mess. Author's POV. It had only been a few minutes before Naruto returned, afraid that Kakashi would appear if he stayed longer. Naruto! Sakura cried out in happiness, standing up from her spot on the ground. Shut it, Sakura, I'm not in the mood, Naruto spat out harshly, walking straight past her to stand beside the railing. Kinda harsh, eh, Naruto? Sasuke called out from the opposite side. This doesn't concern you, Sasuke, Naruto said before he stopped to think. Oh yeah, it does concern you because you're part of the reason Sakura's a slut. Ooh, those are some nasty words you're throwing out there, Naruto, Sasuke replied. Looks like Naruto's top is blowing. That's it. I can't stand by and let you insult me like this, Sakura yelled out, walking towards Naruto. Oh, look who's finally fighting back, Naruto said ILY. Yeah, I am. You know, Naruto, I may have let you say those things because I needed to hear them, but it's gone on long enough. Sakura yelled out angrily. Well, you know, I think it hasn't. Did you stop to think about it going too far when you broke my heart? Not once, but twice. Naruto yelled out, some of his red chakra seeping out. Sakura backed up, never seeing this before. Naruto dug inside his pockets, now's as good of a time as ever. He held out a little black box. Remember this, Sakura-chan, he said, almost on the bridge of insanity as he rattled the contents around inside. Sakura gulped, opting to not say anything, even though she knew what was in there. He opened the box, pulling out what inside. Oh look, he said to her, dangling it in the air. A diamond necklace. Do you know what I'm gonna do with it, Sakura-chan? Sakura shook her head, afraid to say anything. I'm gonna return it, Naruto said, placing it back in the box. And get back my entire life savings I spent on it for you. He snapped the box shut tightly, placing it back in his pockets. Did you really mean what you said? Sakura questioned him softly. Do you really not love me anymore? Naruto looked at her, his fists clenching. How could I love a slut like you? Sakura wanted to reply back to his harsh comment, but somehow couldn't, hearing that he now didn't love her anymore. How I wish he didn't mean it, that he's just mad, but I'm too afraid to admit that he really might. Come now, Sakura-chan, you don't have to take this from Uzumaki, Sasuke said, Sakura's anger now coming back at hearing his voice. Don't you ever call me that again. Only Naruto-kun can call me that. Sakura yelled out at him, turning around to face him. Like how you would call me, Sasuke-kun. And besides, it's not like he'll be saying it anytime soon, Sasuke said, shrugging. I won't let you call me that. I'm not in love with you anymore, Sakura said, walking up to him. Sasuke chuckled before quickly grabbing her, pulling her against his body. You're just saying that because he's here, he said, gesturing his head over towards Naruto. If he wasn't here, you'd be all over me. Sakura struggled in his grip, now disgusted with the thought of doing anything with him. Let me go, she yelled out, managing to get one of her arms free in the process. She swung her fist back before punching him in the face, immediately jumping back when he let go. Sasuke grunted in pain, holding his hands over his face. How dare you hit me? He yelled out, pulling his hands away from his face as he lunged at her. Sakura tried to get away, but she was backed up against the railing. Sasuke grabbed her wrist tightly, pulling her towards him so she couldn't get away. His other hand was placed on her thigh, traveling up to her butt, squeezing it. Sakura shivered in disgust, her first instinct to get the hell away. At first, she tried to pull her arm away from his grip, but it was too strong. Ah! Get away from me! She yelled out, thrusting her leg forward and kneeing him in the balls. Hard. Sasuke keeled over in pain, clutching his wounded anatomy. Sakura panted, looking down at him before over at Naruto. Why didn't you do anything? She whispered out, wide-eyed. Before Naruto could answer, Sakura continued. Why didn't you help me? Sasuke could have really hurt me. Naruto just looked at her, shrugging before saying, like I care what Sasuke does to you. You didn't care what you did to me. Sakura just stood there, shocked, before shaking herself out of it with anger. Naruto, this has gone on long enough, she yelled, walking up to him. Now you're just acting like a spoiled child who won't let go of the past. How can I let go when it's still happening now? Naruto yelled out at her. You can forgive me. I've said I'm sorry. Like that'll make the pain go away. You know Sakura, if you keep this up, we'll never be okay. Naruto continued on, Sakura clenching her eyes shut. You need to learn just how much pain and hurt you've. I should have never given you that. Naruto stopped, his eyes wide, the wind blowing around them softly, as he just stared at her, tears coming out of Sakura's closed eyes as she opened them. What? Sasuke gasped out, staring at the two. I can't believe you said that, Naruto mumbled out, almost in a trance. Sakura couldn't answer, as she kept trying to wipe away the tears, but more just kept falling. Sasuke stumbled to stand up, grabbing the railing for support as he panted. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I had to. What happened here? Kakashi said, suddenly appearing on the supporting beam overhead, looking down at his three students. Naruto's face quickly changed from shock to back what it was, not caring. Sakura eagerly wiped away the rest of her tears, looking up at Kakashi. Sasuke pushed himself off the railing, putting his hands in his pockets as he tried to look cool. But it's hard when your member is still twitching in pain. Nothing happened, Naruto said, turning around to face Kakashi as he started walking off. Everything's fine. Now let's go. Sakura's POV. 2 weeks. 2 solid, full weeks. Had it really been that long, since that mission? That very last mission we went on. Together. It's the last time I saw him. I cried at his funeral. What's new? It seems that's all I've been doing lately. I didn't want to, but it seemed as if the tears fell by themselves. And I had no control over them. Did I really want to? I really didn't want to come. I didn't want to see him like this, but I couldn't not come. I'd be kicking myself for it later. Everybody came, that's a good side. If there is one. I guess he really was loved by the village after all. Sasuke seemed unfazed at it, like he didn't care. Probably didn't. The Rookie 9, Lee's team, even Gaara and them came all the way from Sand. Lady Tsunade, Jiraiya, Kakashi, Iruka. Everyone came. I'm glad. It's a silver lining beneath these dark clouds. The sky had cried for him as well, as the sun set into night. A nighttime funeral. How cliché. Lady Tsunade had talked during it, but I couldn't keep my head up. It was too sad. I couldn't just stare up like everything was all right. I hate myself. Why did this have to happen? It's my fault, all my fault. After it finally ended, everyone departed their ways, the rain still falling down. Everyone cried along with it. I looked at Sasuke as he walked home. I loathed that bastard even more now. We haven't talked since the mission, nor been sent on any more, not that I'm complaining. I never want to be close to that again. I'm glad I can see that now, but I just wish I could have sooner. Everyone has been down since then. 2 weeks is a long time to be down, but how couldn't you? He's like a painful memory that you want to forget, but never can. An image burned into your brain forever, to say whether you like it or not. But would you want to forget? A part of my wanted to get on with my life, but I know I can't. He's been a part of it for far too long, and I can't just forget. I would never want to forget, even if it hurts me every night. It's my fault he's and this is my curse for it. The price I have to pay. I led him down that path, the one never to return from the mission. I can never forget what I did. I'm guilty, and it's a part of my soul now. I sighed, looking up at the sky. 2 weeks. 2 weeks since that mission. 2 weeks since the funeral. 2 weeks since I watched the day slowly turn to night as I walked home. Alone. I opened the door to my house, seeing that my parents weren't home. I traveled the stairs up to my room, opening the door, and clicking it shut. I quietly changed into my bedtime clothes, all the while staring at our Team 7 picture. I crawled into bed, pulling the covers up. I closed my eyes, trying to get to sleep, but all I could see was him. My eyes started watering, but I refused to let the tears drop. I sighed, trying to clear my mind of everything. But how can I do that knowing that I'm am? That I've my lover. That it was my fault. That I sent him to his doom with my own words, hatred dripping from them. I didn't mean to, I never meant to. I love him. Why did this happen? I sighed again, now turning on my side to see if it would help. It didn't. Sigh. Why must we have fought before? Why did I say what I did? I didn't mean it, and I don't regret it. I don't regret doing anything with him at all. I loved every moment of it, but I was so mad and stupid at the time to admit it. I didn't mean what I said. But it's too late now, it's too late for anything. Sorry, can't help him. Sorry, can't do anything. All I can do is feel guilty for what happened. And I do. I turned back onto my back, staring up at the ceiling. It made me feel tired. And lonely. Visions of the mission filled my head, and I just let them. What else could I do? They would always haunt me for the rest of my days. How could I let this happen? Everything had gone from bad to worse in a matter of days. I closed my eyes, feeling stupid and foolish for ever saying those words to him at all. I felt sleep overtake me soon enough, and I let it. Smiley face, winking face. A feeling. A sense that all ninjas had. A creak of the floorboards. Someone was here, I could feel it. I grabbed the mattress under the covers, wanting to open my eyes and grab the nearest weapon. Yet I couldn't. Like a force had taken over my body, I couldn't open my eyes, I didn't want to. The bed dipped under the extra weight, but I kept quiet, pretending I was asleep. My heart was racing, as well as my brain. I desperately wanted it to be him, but I was scared that if I opened my eyes, there would be nothing there. So I kept them closed, my mind making pictures of its own. I felt it crawl up my body until it covered me completely, its mouth by my ear, its hands and knees on the outside of my own. I felt its breath slowly breath onto my ear, the feeling sending shivers down my spine. My heart thumped against my sea, so loud it rang in my ears. Who was this? How could it be? My mind had pictures of its own, but it couldn't possibly be. They were smiling, I could tell. At least in my mind they were. My body tensed up, wanting to know who it was. It couldn't possibly be who I thought it was. It's impossible. My mind shut down, feeling blackness all around me. And the steady beat of two hearts joined in harmony. I forgive you. The end. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.